Family, good night, everyone. Welcome to another Sports FRENZZY podcast. I'm your host, Levana. With me tonight, I have Kims, and we're here to discuss a hot topic that has been going around. And boy, it's some time to look forward to knowing that initially a lot of people at Jamaica are making it to the World Cup and making it throughout of these qualifiers, but they never had the best of path in their previous three games, and now they're currently on the back foot. With that being said, they're also facing some financial crisis because they have spent a whole lot of money on just the three fixtures already. And I've even seen where they're saying that there are plans in place that if they could possibly get fans into the national stadium when they're going to have the next fixture against Canada, talking about people that are vaccinated and all of that. So it's a tough situation for them knowing that they said that they got some sponsorship, but I don't know wherever that money went. And based on the amount of money that we heard that was spent, it doesn't look good from that standpoint. And the first issue that they have was getting in all the English based players, because I know that it's going to cost you to get in all of them. So that was the first thing for them, and they're trying to offset some of the costs by trying to get in some fans. And hopefully, they said that hope that ministry can just allow a few fans to come in, and that will probably help them somewhat and offset some of the costs, but not looking good at all from the monetary standpoint. Hope that, well, for years upon years, we always talk about hope that corporate follow behind the team and all of that, and that's not matriculated. So the cry keeps on bellowing louder and louder for corporate to be involved in the national team, but it seems like it's not getting anywhere. It could be said that it's because of poor marketing strategies from the JFF and all of that. I could also be said that these people don't necessarily see they don't really see the product to actually invest in. They want to invest into something that they think that they can actually gain. And in a sense, you can't necessarily wrong them, because I know personally, if I own a company and the outlook of that particular thing that I'm going to invest in doesn't look all that fruitful, I'm not going to invest my money into it. However, from my standpoint, if I am a lover of football and all of that, I would actually invest it into the team, knowing that this team has potential. And to be frank, I wasn't around when the team qualified in '98. Well, I was around here, but at that time I never have anything named since. I was just a year old, if so much. So I never knew what that was like. So personally, for me, this is the best team that I've seen assembled in terms of talent and quality and all that. This is the best team that I've seen a Jamaica team as. So it would really help if corporate can actually get behind them and try to help push the product. Again, as I said, I can understand why they don't, because over the years that proven that Jamaica football is kind of stagnant in a sense. But this time around, they have hopes. And Kems, what do you think about it?
I think you're absolutely right. When you say that, you can't ask someone to invest in a product, but the product is not good. You can go from the standpoint to say, okay, it's Jamaica, so forget about the product and just support the country itself. But as business person, as a business people, pray. I'll do something for you, but what are you doing for me? You know, and also I know everything says only about getting back, but I think the whole JFF and thing, I just think that the corporate Jamaica don't really take them serious, don't really see them as people who are serious about going somewhere. So until that change, until the whole dynamic change, I don't see any sponsorship from corporate. But maybe I could be wrong, but I just don't see that at this point in time.
As I said, I think it comes down to their marketing team, because there's a lot of ways and means that they could actually garner more money from merch and all those things. And as Demo came on the show once, and he was absolutely furious with whosoever was in charge, that, hey, how can you have a website and don't have adequate amount of merch on it and all of that? What they don't think that is that having merch and all those things is a way of garnering more capital into the setup. Because if you have Jamaica jersey selling and all of that, you know that people are going to buy that. So
But what I think, Levon, what I also think, I think that for Jamaica itself, like the JFF and them, I think they want lump sum of money. I don't think they want the increments. I think they want the 100 million, 200 million. I don't think they want to build up to that kind of money. So if you tell them, okay, sell jerseys and so on, they're going to look at, well, how long it gonna take from a reach 10 million? How long it gonna take from reach 15 million? And them look at it. So I think, that is where the problem lies. But also, as you said about their marketing, when did they look how long them take to announce, the World Cup, the team for the World Cup qualifiers? Those incompetence we can't really afford. Look how the other teams them announce them squad way out, way out, way out. Jamaica, who is not now, and I like say we have Brazil or Argentina, them brand name squad. Our squad should have been the first thing out there. So those are little things that I think we need to change in house. More sponsorship.
All right, so here's Michelle them on the comment section saying that more business-minded approach and person is needed. Yeah, and that's absolutely what we're getting at. That they don't have enough minds behind them to actually push the product itself, because you know that you can actually have a good product or a product that is actually on the cusp of taking the marketing about. You see, because you have poor marketing strategies and poor marketing personnels behind you, that product won't reach anywhere that you want it to reach. So that is where the downfall comes. And if they don't address that, we'll be stuck right here still asking for sponsorship. Because again, they're crying and they're pleading for sponsorship in regards to offset some of the cost again that has somewhat sum up on them. Because I mean, 3 games in, and when you hear the amount of money that has been spent already, you have to be like, damn, where are they going to get money to finance the rest of this campaign? And it just needs some more business-minded people behind them. And again, the man at the top, I think that's where the issue is at first. Because the other day, remember that the issue had come up about who had a say in who partake in the fixture against the team that we lost 3-0 to. So there within itself, there comes an issue, and he denied it. But again, as we say, if you don't have people around the setup that actually knows business, the product isn't going to get sold. So that is a main issue for them. And
All right, Levon, look at this, right? You remember when the whole thing came public about the whole with Damian Lowe and all those persons, right? That did Jamaica absolutely no justice, That did the team no justice at all. And it also, again, it goes back to incompetence. It also shows incompetence, the JFF. If you can't sort out, if you owe these players money from 19 how long, if you can't sort out the finances with these players from 19 how long, how me as a business owner, how me as corporate Jamaica know, we say, okay, let me give JFF this money now, because they're going to blow it again. So, people probably look at it and say, oh, corporate Jamaica, but corporate Jamaica is looking at the bigger picture as they always do. So I just think JFF need to clean up the act. I think, first of all, I think we need to get a new coach, because we have to go to the World Cup, right? If we go to the World Cup, then a lot of stuff will change. A lot of stuff will change if we go to the World Cup. We'll get. I definitely think we'll get more sponsorship. We'll get more help. We'll get more traction towards the national team. But until then, it's gonna be a rough ride.
all right, so I saw this comment initially and I was overlooking it, but I have to bring it up. So here's Life of a Pedagogue saying that I think they should get the match in Florida and get a promoter and take 50% of the tickets sold. And here's also Elton further saying that if we're gonna play home games behind closed doors, then move the games to the US where we can get supporters in stadiums. Are you in support of that, games? All right, so Kim seemingly has gone for a bit. Hopefully the connection sort out and he return. But Elton, to answer that question, or I should address the point, I agree somewhat, because what sense does it make in having the games behind closed door, knowing that you definitely need money, and this is the only way that you could possibly gain money by probably moving the matches overseas where, yeah, you know that fans are allowed in stadiums and all of that. So if you look at it from that standpoint, I would definitely take along to that. But I don't know exactly what these people actually think or what they're up to, because it doesn't make any sense to actually have this match behind closed doors and knowing that you can't gain any money whatsoever. So from that standpoint, I absolutely agree with that. Now, here's Albert again in the comment section saying that the boys need to start winning. Once they start winning, the bandwagon will start. And that is true, Albert, because you know that people like winners. It's just like we always come on the show and talk about a team like say Everton and those teams where, yeah, you know that they appointed Rafa Benitez and a lot of people are against it. However, they have won some matches, and since they have won the matches, people have kind of slightly stopped chanting Rafa Benitez out and all of that. So from that standpoint, I can understand. And once you start win, people will actually start following you. That's how it works. That's how sports generally go. Because if you're not winning, nobody not really going to stick and stay around unless they're diehard friends. And you know that most people nowadays are wagonists. So if they're not getting the wins, nobody will actually follow the team. And again, here's Albert saying that overseas stadium won't help us because the money going towards the overseas people. I'm not so sure about that, but wouldn't you say it actually worth the try that you remember, nothing said, nothing done. So if we don't actually try something, then we can't actually say it won't work.
All
Kems.
right. Yeah. So I apologize about that connection issue. I don't know what was happening, but I heard. I think you can read back the comment about so there were some games played up here in Florida, in Orlando actually, and I actually went to one of them, and the turnout wasn't that great. The turnout wasn't that great, so I don't believe that they'll probably generate income. I'll say okay, there were probably, I want to say, not even 200 persons there. They're probably like 75, and majority of those persons who are there, they get free tickets. Their boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, this, that, all of that kind of stuff. So, I'm not really sure right now if I think the Jamaica brand itself needs help. I think the Reggae Boyz brand needs help because they can keep games in Florida all they want because they had, I think, 2 games in Orlando, and it never reached the capacity that they needed to reach.
So you're saying that you don't think it would necessarily be a win for Jamaica in terms of moving the games overseas.
No, there wasn't there. It wouldn't be, well, at least not in Orlando. I don't know if it moved to Miami or Fort Lauderdale. Probably it would be better. But where they had it in Orlando, it wasn't a huge turnout. Um, it wasn't a huge turnout at all. So I can't really say yes. Based on evidence that I've seen, I don't think it will be a benefit to Germany. And if them say, I saw someone said 50%, that might as well they just go one side with that 50%. I might tell you the truth.
I know Jen by Ryan. So Ryan, we're talking about the Reggae Boys and the cost that they're facing right now because you know that 3 matches they have played so far have cost a whole lot of money. So they're crying about sponsorship and all that. So people are suggesting that they move the games, the home games overseas. Probably in US where you know that fans can be allowed into stadiums rather than keep them here in Jamaica where they're going to be playing behind closed door. You agree with that?
No, you lose your home field advantage that way. Why would you want to? I understand that you're looking to make money, but what is the sense in trying to make money and losing the advantage that you'd have from being at home? That's kind of counterproductive in a sense. Yeah, you might make a little bit more profit, but then you're sacrificing a potential World Cup spot. So, what do we want really? You want profit or you want a World Cup spot? You have to find a middle ground now. So, and we all know in football, as much as um, it has the margins have been cut into a bit, but home field advantage is still important, and it still shows the results still show that the home teams tend to do better when the teams tend to do better when they're at home rather. So I don't agree fully with that perception that we should play our home games elsewhere. That's
But
that that's not
so
some.
so I mean, we have played one game at National Stadium now.
Yeah.
What kind of you signing home field advantage here, sir? Probably
One
you can
game.
tell me.
We have 6 more, don't it? You're going to have a home field advantage playing USA and USA 2 time. What advantage is there?
All right, so
But
here's Elton saying that home field advantage with players who never played at the stadium. Lol.
okay, I don't get it. But they have never played in they have never played in Mexico. They have never played in some of them. That is, have never played in
No, but right.
Costa Rica. Some of them, but we have a lot of Jamaicans who have played at the stadium. So I don't understand what he's trying to say.
Well, Ryan, the thing is that where the worry is about the financial aspect of it. Home field advantage can't help finances. You understand
Okay,
what I say?
fine. So let us. Okay, so we'll make the profit and we'll come last in the end. Then
Okay,
what?
or
Then
okay,
what?
look at this. We don't make a profit and we come last. Which one you prefer?
No, that's what I'm saying. If you find a middle ground, you can't just give away your advantage. Yes, it's still an advantage, regardless of the fact that some players never play a stadium. Regardless of the fact that stadium might empty, are still stadium, and a lot of our players have played there, regardless of what they want to say. But it's still an advantage. When you play elsewhere, you're going to lose that advantage. You're going to make the money. What exactly? I don't. What do we want really?
Again,
Tough
this is
situation.
a case where, for me, it's a case where 6-1 half does the other. For me,
By the way,
that is
why
where.
are we? No, the question we should be asking is why are we in this predicament? Instead of talk about play games here or there, we should then talk about why we're in this predicament to begin with.
All right, why do you
We were
think?
discussing it
Yeah,
initially in
we're
Ryan because
discussing
we're
it
talking
before.
about the lot there of marketing and sponsorship behind them and all of that. So we're discussing it before it came on.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask you the question again, Ryan. How can this issue be solved? What's the solution?
What is the? I'm sure the fact that we are here having this conversation, I'm sure it's something that is being talked about in from the JFF end. So what is their second home field that they're looking at?
All right. The thing, Ryan, is that I saw it where they're saying that they hope that ministry will allow few fans into the stadium at in Jamaica. That's what their hope is, that they can get a few fans in to help with some of the cost in terms of that they're going to charge for the tickets, obviously. So yeah, they're saying that they hope that they'll just get a little fans into the stadium for the game against Canada on October the 10th. So that's what they're looking at right now.
Okay, but we know that's where football is right now. Um, TV rights make more money than the gate. So we're not making any money from TV.
That's the thing, because they're crying about sponsorship. Remember, and as I said, the 3 games that have been played so far, I don't quite remember what the figure was, but it was some damning numbers for just 3 games, and you know that the
Yeah, man.
campaign is
I
long.
remember seeing the figures, but I don't remember them either myself.
So if you're looking at it from that and you say that just 3 games already and it costs so much, then imagine the rest of this campaign. So the crying has already started. So they're trying to seek ways and means to try help towards affecting those costs.
Hmm.
It's a tough one, man. Really tough one. I hope that they were in a better situation, but then again, it's because of the personnel that they have in charge why they end up in this situation. Because I think that with better marketing, they could have been.
That's exactly what that is exactly why I said to you that the question we should be asking is why are we here, not why not that we should be looking to change. We should be asking why are we here, and we have had conversations before where we have said Jamaican JFF does not do proper marketing. We have been down that road before,
Yep,
and now here we are.
that's a problem. But we're going to just leave off them for a bit and get to the discussion that we wanted to get to. But before I get to that, here's Michelle Lemon again saying that having the games in Florida have pros and cons. Supporters could outnumber Jamaican supporters with many Latinos living there, so no home crowd
You see the
situation.
question I'm ask? That's why I asked you what is their second quote unquote home field that they're looking at, because where they want to put it. If you say you
Trelawney.
want a second home field, where are you looking at?
Yeah.
So you're actually right in Ryan. Even though we know that what the situation is now, knowing that no fans in stadium and all of that, it's still your home. Either way, it's still your place. So yeah, I get what you're saying. But we're looking at the team now, and we have seen quite a few things going around in terms of players that are still being linked. People are saying that they should stick with whoever they have right now and just keep them through the rest of the campaign.
All right,
Well,
here. Sorry to continue, but here's this. Here's the thing about football. We see it across, right across the world. France, their last squad that they pick is like I think 3 persons made their debut, right? But they have a core. They have a core. England, Germany, all of these big teams, Brazil, Argentina, they have their core, but they have players who, during the course of the season, based on how they play, and then you're also going to have injuries and all of those things. So players will be coming in and out here and there. Good, but at the end of the day, you still maintain your core. So there is nothing being linked to new players. It's not like we're going to pick 35-man squad for the last set of qualifiers, and then we're going to find the next 30 man. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to keep at least maybe 20 or so from that group, depending on what the squad number might be for the next set of qualifiers. So let us say we keep 20. Who are the other members that make up, call it, say, a 25-man squad, for argument's sake, right? We have to also, we're going to have a core, however, you're going to have players throughout the course of the season that fill in and fill out depending on injury, because Boza get injured, barely injured now. We don't know if he's going to be available and all of these things. So you have to have new players coming in and out.
All right, and that leads me into one particular player that has been impressing for about 2 seasons now, and he has been overlooked on multiple occasions. Talking about Kaheem Parris, because to me personally, I believe he's better than everything they have played on the wings right now. So this is a guy that he went to the second division in Slovenia, did very well for Krka, and then he was snapped up by FC Koper, and I'm sure that NK Domzal, who actually brought him into Europe, probably kicking themselves, because currently FC Koper are leading the league and Domzal is around 7th or thereabouts. For FC Koper this season so far, Kaheem Parris has scored 5 goals in 8 games. He has made the team of the week on around, I believe it's around 3
what
or
league
4.
you said, Slovenia?
Yeah, Slovenia. He has made the team of the week on around 3 or 4 occasions so far. My question is, yes, you might be saying that, oh, because we have wingers already don't necessarily need him, but you have wingers that are not producing. This is a guy that is producing. It's obvious that he has talent, and he's, as I said, to me personally, he's better than everything that you have playing on the wing. So, Kems, I'm going to start with you. Why they keep on overlooking Kaheem Parris?
Because his agent and Whitmore and them are a friend. Like that's the long and short of it, you know. If you look at all of the players, let's take out the English based players. But let's talk about the local players. Let's talk about Junior Fleming. Let's talk about I know them play different positions, but even the Devon Williams, all of those young players, them have a particular agent who them and Theodore is close, right? Paris now, this is just, the Paris part is just my subjective view, right? The Paris part is just because I can't see a coach who is trying to go to the World Cup and you have a young player, because, Theodore say more getting the young players, incorporate the young players in the team. You have a young player who is playing well for his league, scoring goals, and is a player where, again, willing to take on defenders and all them things, right? And this is what you need in your squad, but you call up a man like and I know it's different position, but you call up a man like a Romario Williams. Like, these are, and again, Romario, is an acquaintance of mine and some know him very well. But, if we want to be successful in the team, then, these are the decisions we have to make, the tough decisions, because there's no way some of these players who must run on the field supposed to run on. None of these people, and people are saying, oh, core and da da da. The man at least in the squad. At least,
Long
at
time.
the very least, him supposed in the squad. Travel with the team. Ingratiate himself in there like him just supposed to just get it. And I can't see a reason why I'm not there. Honestly, I can't see a reason why I can't get a look in, why I can't get a one game, the game where all the English based players couldn't play, why I could come and play in those games. If you're gonna say, okay, one of them games there's a gimme game or me just give it to or whatever, make him come in those players, try more, see what him have, or whatever the case may be. But that's just what I think. I just don't think that his agent and Theodore is as
But
close as the other agents and Theodore.
question Dawkins, because you spoke on his agent, isn't he and Norman Campbell share the same agent? But they don't share the same agent.
I'm not. I say I might check with you. I'm not sure if him or Norman can check it out. I make me know.
Yeah, because the last time I checked, I believe both of them were represented by the same. I don't quite remember the name of the agency right now, but it's a firm. Both of them were represented by it because I remember when he moved over to Kirka, it was a particular agent who got him there, and then he's moved to Copa. It was that same agency firm that announced the deal. Same thing happened for
Norman
Campbell, and then there's this youth that moved the other day as well from. And this is why I keep on saying, if you're talented enough from out of Jamaica, you can make it overseas, because there's this particular player. His name is Ronald Biggs, I believe it is. He was at Racing United in Super League, not Premier League, and he moved from the Super League to NK Domzal. So obviously, I'm saying that if that agency can get you into Europe, right? Why would Tapa himself be overlooking these players and calling up what's the guy from Portmore United name, man? His name is currently slipping me right now, but that man's supposed to be out of the team. And I mean, if you can call up players like those, why can't you look at Kaheem Parris again? This man has been producing.
Exactly, and this is why I've always said, persons come and them tell me about tap out. Look how much game Theodore win and left him. No, like these are just the little things. These are the fine writings from the wall. We're just this man not ready, because you can't have players out there. We see no chase off what they chase off some other ballers, but you have these ballers with the right hand they nose where you're supposed to easily gobble up, get the man in the squad, get the man some games on them belt. You already see what him can do on the what him can do in Europe and so why him can't come get a chance in the squad.
All right. Finish?
Yeah.
All right. Ryan, what do you have to say about it? Because it's just a situation that is a sad situation, to be honest.
Comes right back to what I said. Players, some 1 and 2 players each international window will come in and some will come out. That's just the nature of football. So if he's performing in his league, why not pick him? Because we had players in the last qualifiers who did not perform, and they may not be performing now with their clubs. And as I said, injuries and support will happen. So each window will have a different set of realities where such and such player, 1 and 2 players might fall out and somebody else come in to take up the slack. So if he's performing now, he should be in the team.
But the thing, as I said, Ryan, it has been 2 seasons now that he has been performing. He performed very well in the second division, never got a call up. Now he's in the top division. And
that's what I'm saying. He's performing at a bit higher level now. So I'm speaking about now. He should be, once he's performing at that higher level, because if you're playing UCL and you perform and nobody no pick you, and then you got MLS and your team is leading and about to win whatever it is that them have over there that you win, then yeah, you should be selected.
True. And here's Elton Gardner saying that Kasafa secured gifts valued at $2 million from Brentford and has been promised scouts at Kasafa games as soon as the league resumes. Why JFF can't secure deals and partnerships like those? Those are the exact same thing we've been talking about. The marketing strategies are they suck. I can't put it any other different. They just suck.
And what addition to what Ryan's saying, it goes back to. I think it goes back to what league do you classify as superior? Do you think the USL is better than the Slovenia league?
Are the division 2 in Slovenia?
Yeah. Do you think it's better because you have a lot of USL players? I think. Oh, I'm named the player USL. Speedy.
Most of them,
Yeah.
Junior Fleming, Speedy,
Damar Walker.
all of them.
Mm.
Right. So you know, if you're going to call up, and I'm not saying these players are not playing, well or good or whatever adjective you want to use, but I think Paris deserves a call up. He at least deserves a chance. And you know, and I see Whitmore have a little thing about him, where certain players who him not too fond of, but what the crowd are call for, if I make them come in, when them play like 10 minutes or so, obviously not enough time for shine. I say, well, okay, not good, and then they don't see them again. But
True.
then you have other players now who fail over and over, don't play up to the standard over and over, but they're still getting called up over and over. So tough cookie, man, tough cookie. But I definitely think he should be called up.
Agree. No, we have also seen where a few other players have been linked to Jamaica again, some English-based players, and one such player is Demarai. Last information that I heard and saw was that he has probably handed in whatever he needs to hand in to the British Commission to sort out whatever needs to be sorted out so that he can actually gain his Jamaican passport and all that. Ryan, do you think that he will be a addition to this Jamaican setup? And do you think that he should come in? Because, as I said, people keep on saying that these players must stay and just stick with who we have. Do you think that he will be a
Yeah,
good
but all
addition
right,
to this?
I come right back to him. Say, let us say we stick to what we have, right? And then um, Roof lose form, Antonio get injured, and we have, let us say, 8 out of the last 35 not playing any sensible football or out of form or anything. You're just going to pick them back because you did pick them before. No, you have to, as I say, you have to, each window you have to assess and bring in who you must bring in and leave out who you must leave out. So if somebody's performing and they want, and they are eligible and you think you want to give them an opportunity, then why not? Even with Isaac Hayden, we need somebody like him in the midfield right now because even though we're getting Grant and support, we're still short on quality in the midfield. Especially, we have to call back Watson. 45-year-old Watson we have to go back to. So if we had people like Hayden who is playing at the highest level in England, why not? What's the problem in doing that? You're going
Yeah, well,
is
all right.
is that
In this case, though,
25 to 30 odd months better than pick anyway. So
in Aiden's case though, I think it was Aiden who actually just tell him, say, hold on a bit, let me see if England is going to give me a call up. If they don't by the October window, then I'm going to
yeah,
come. So,
that's why I choose to mention him now because we're at October window. We're
well, yeah,
heading
you're
towards
correct.
there. Yeah.
So as you said a while ago, Ryan, that if you have players that are not performing, why are you going to call them up? So here's Elton again saying that Price deserves his chance. Vassell was out of football for a long while, and the moment he gets back into the USL, he gets recalled. There you have it. So as Kim
Yeah.
said, once this man has his favorite,
But
it's
Yeah.
going to come.
what about Maggie? I'm not seeing him playing for UPenn because I'm following their games. I'm not seeing him in the squad
Yeah,
or
man, he
anything.
has been in the squad, right on the
Why am
bench
not
though.
why name not show up? When I open the app and look on the squad, I don't see him.
Yes, he has been there, man. I've taken keen interest in them because I remember Butler came on the show and said that he expect Maggie to start getting some game time
Because I
because
realized the one like the last 2 or 3 games or something like that.
yeah, because they were leading the table at one point. So he hasn't been getting any game time. And as far as I'm concerned, why are you going to be at a club where you're not going to get any game time? Yeah, you're in Europe, but I mean, come on, man. Butler probably will pull some strings because Butler had said it on the show that he's going to assess it come the next window and see how it goes and then he make a next step from that because he's currently managing him. Another
Okay.
player that another player that has been linked to Jamaica again is someone that you're familiar with, Ryan. Louis Baker, another good he has changed position because this man normally play wing and as an attacking midfielder, but over the years, I guess with age, he has started to play central midfield. So again, do you think that this man can add something that Jamaica doesn't have right?
Just a little bit of correction here. Louis Baker, when he went to the England under 21, he started to play central midfield a lot more. So it's not recent. It's not a recent thing. Over the last 4 or 5 years, um he has been edging towards that position. He has been playing that position a lot more than anything else. I haven't seen Lewis Baker in years. I know he's in the Chelsea squad now because I was going through and I realized him get even in the squad. I have a big number, so I'm not going to play a lot. But I haven't really seen him in years, so I don't know what quality he has. And if I've seen him, and maybe it was 1 and 2 championship game I was watching and seen for a few minutes. I don't know. I can't speak to Baker right now. I don't know if he's in the Chelsea squad because nobody else don't want him on loan. I don't know if he's in it because he has proved himself to be better. I don't know.
People actually want him, man. Because I remember that a lot of clubs out there still take keen interest in Chelsea players, no matter what. If Drinkwater can get game time elsewhere, why can't Baker get game time? But Kems,
yes, sir.
we look at the team that was assembled last time out, and we're talking about players that can actually come into the mix. Based on the team that was selected, who are the players that you would probably say, hey, I've seen enough of you, so you can just take a break now. Go and go play some football and get back up to standard before we can look up on you.
In terms of international, in terms of English base?
Overall, man. Anywhere.
Oh, all right. I have a baller there named Terragat. Nice baller.
Scored that trick over the weekend.
Nice guy. Big hat trick. No, brother. Once you can go once. You can go once.
Your boy Fisher.
Fisher. Excuse me. Like some of them money need fee. Some of them money need fee. It cannot be, again, Jamaica has to set a standard. It can't be, no matter how I play over here, so I know my game secure in a Jamaica side. It can't be like that. There have to be a particular standard. When I look on Jamaica squad, I may see a Fisher, I may see a Romario Williams, I may see a Terry Gatt, no, Jamaica is serious. Jamaica have to set a standard. There have been many games where it is questionable or it is arguable that Fisher is the culprit, right? And coming from Jamaica, you know what them say. If it not go so, it nearly goes so. And from your name, I call up in that, you probably need to reevaluate and say, boy, we need to take some time out and do some more training, get some, because I'll be fair to Fisher. He was injured, switched teams, come Galaxy, he play a little bit more timid now than he played before. And, he had, almost a career-ending injury, all them kind of stuff there. So, for him to come back playing football at this level, I'll give him props for that. But we are not in the business of moral victories. And that would depend. Moral victories can make your mommy tap your shoulder, your girlfriend, and everything. They are results over, right? And forget results, we need players who are serious. So, a man like a Mikel Antonio, obviously we need him on the side. Boza, we need him on the side. And certain players, for sure we need him on the side. I think for central defense, as Ryan was saying about core, I think Low have to play. But you have to play with somebody. Probably the Brentford brother name again.
Oh, yeah, man. Pinnock. Yeah. Those are right based on what I've seen over the last 3 games. It's Low and Pinnock for me.
Yeah, Low, Pinnock, and then the brother named Bell can go sit down too. Them can go sit down. Like, I don't know, joke thing this now. Taxi, we need Taxi around the car. Taxi now, he never have the farm before, but now he might play himself into farm. Yeah. The more football him play, is to say the better him get. A lot of people give Alvas Powell a lot of flack, but Alvas Powell a baller. You see me, them on the finesse side as well, right? So when we have the core there, then we can have those 4 playing together on a regular basis. I know that they have, them can't go certain places because of red zone, But the home games at National Stadium, you want them people there. Because, with defense, there's a lot of talking, a lot of you, me, whatever. There's a lot of that going on. So we need a core around here who's going to be there every game, who's going to get familiar with each other, who know what the right back want to do, what the left back want to do, etc., etc. In the midfield, Honestly, it look like say Speedy and Grant are the best we have right now. Only when them play it makes sense. That's how me see right now. Only when them play it makes sense. When anybody else play, you scratch your head, you wonder how. And when Speedy up on the bench and then him come on, you see the automatic change in the side.
But then again, though, Kims, remember that the only game that they played, right? They never played with any defensive midfielder at all. Because again, Ravel Morrison is definitely not a defensive midfielder. So the game that they played against Panama, it wasn't. They never played with any. So
against who? The last game that they played and got the draw.
No. The game that got the 3-0, man.
Oh no, there was no DM because Ravel was basically playing there, and Ravel don't play there, so. Ravel don't even play in a double pivot. Ravel plays up.
Cam, strictly Cam. For Derby, from he came through at Manchester United to whichever club that he went, no matter how bad his attitude was, he played as a Cam. So that's an issue. But it is said that Kevin Stewart, the guy from Blackpool, he hasn't played much this season because of injury, but he is slated to come into the setup now. So he's a defensive mid. He's a ball winner. He's a tough tackler. So the problem now is that they have given the opportunity to Anthony Grant. Now, with that in mind, Anthony Grant and Kevin Stewart are basically similar nature.
Right.
You're going to need someone, as you said, of the ilk of Devon Williams. I don't like him. However, you're going to need that person that is nagging and nappy going around in midfield, up and down.
Yeah, but the thing with Speedy, when you give Speedy him chance, him take it, whether you like him or not.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, let me tell you something, Levon. The best ability is availability. So the brother that we are telling me about, that man always injured. Like, we don't want to stay with. Like, right now, Jamaica is in a piece of situation right now where we can't have it's hard to even experiment in a certain critical areas.
We catch him for drop already.
Right. True. We can't drop the more. You see the thing, I'm gonna tell you the thing with Speed, Two things with Speedy will always be true. Him not gonna play bad and him not gonna play good. Him just gonna play. Okay. You see me? That will always be him. But sometimes the way our midfield bad, it does look like him are the best we have right now. It does look like him are the best we have right now because every time him come on, miraculously the ball start move. It start look like okay, we have a little bit of identity right now. So them not gonna leave Speedy out of the fold at all. Them not gonna leave him out of the fold. But me think say, we have a goalkeeper set already. We need a steady defense. Those steady.
That's where it starts from.
Anthony Grant.
That's the issue in the Kems because that with any successful team, the defense is always the main part of it. And if you don't have a defense sorted out, you're going to be in tatters. And it was proven. And it has been proven in this campaign so far. So again, as you said, I personally like the partnership of Pinnock and Lowe. However,
even though they haven't played together,
that is true. But based on what I've seen of both of them, I think they will complement each other better than Liam Moore because, mind you, I like Liam Moore as a player. I think he's decent because I watch him for Reading and all of that. But in a Jamaica setup, it doesn't seem to impress me as much as I personally would have expected of him. You don't see that leadership quality that he shows at Reading. You don't see him basically command that backline as you expect him to. And because if you watch when him and Lowe play together, it's Lowe that is the talker. It's Lowe is the one that actually orchestrates everything that has happening around there. So
do you think? So we have to take things into perspective now. Do you think it's a case where Lowe been with the side, Lowe? So more just all right, we're not gonna really step on nobody's toes and just
probably. I know you was going for that. That's very likely because I hear a lot of past players always talk about when a new player come into the team, regardless of them quality or whatever, them always take a while because them always try to observe first. Because teams always have cliques.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to certain things where you step on the wrong toe or anything like that. So it does. It's a good point Kems bring up.
Is it Liam Moore the captain for Reading?
Yes, he is.
All right. When him there Reading, I feel him host that. So him loud, him vocal, him do whatever him want to do. him can get away with more stuff at Reading than him can probably get away the Jamaican side. So, those little things. And one thing we notice with Jamaican men, have a whole lot
Ego.
of ego, boy. Have a whole lot of ego. And this a man, this a man that just come take the game when them money never want to come play for Jamaica. All of that are going bickering, right? But I just think the man need to put that aside and just we just want the best 11, the most cohesive 11 out there who can
Well,
go there and
I
everybody
think I
support.
think Loa and Pinnock would, because they are very physical and them can play the ball. And you're not going to
From the
beat them so easy.
from the other day, Lower going like same forgetting meds though in the last couple of
It's like
games.
injury, man.
Right.
Remember that he's in an injury.
Him did find it back against Costa Rica, man.
Yeah, but you could give him for the one match, man. Remember that man was done a bit injured in that, so can't give him a pass for that one.
All right, give him a pass.
But Ryan, the final say on this team.
Not much, nothing else outside of what I've said before, where you have to make some changes where necessary. You can't just say, oh, them are the man who picked the last time, so them we pick again. Football don't go like that. And I've used the example of other countries, major countries. If you watch international football, you're going to see that teams bring in new players every now and again. You keep your core, but you bring in us 1 and 2 new players to blood throughout the campaign. So it's just nature of football. So why we can't do the same thing too?
True. Kims, any final say on Jamaican team?
Same thing. We need a coach, but in the meantime, we just have to go out there, play with some heart, and just try to do our best, and hopefully we can start get some positive results.
Yeah, man, I make sure so then call up Paris, man. Time for the man to get him shine. So ensure that you guys call up Paris, and I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to start it, Well, I already started it. I already started promoting it that they should come to the spot. Yeah, man, a lot of campaigning, man, for Paris to be in the team. But you're 30 seconds now, Ryan, to talk about whatever, or I can give you a minute. Talk about whatever you feel like talk about, man.
IPL is back. I realize some teams have some new players because of the break. So some players come in, some players go out. So it would be an interesting final half of the IPL to see who end up winning, because I really don't know right now. I see who can win, but I'm not exactly sure who will win. I talk about Jamaica football already, where we just need to, going forward, we can't drop any more catch. If we're not going to win, make we try at least draw the game. Because a point is better than none, and you might end up go through on goal difference, or 1 point might end up save your life.
True.
And you end up going through. So we have to capitalize on everything that is possible and pick the right teams, bring in the right players who you're supposed to bring in during each window, because at the end of the day, you don't want to bring in up just because a man name and him injured. You bring him in same way and you start him or whatever, and him break down and cost you a game. Or you go put him on and him go take an early yellow like what Corey Burke loved do, and you have to play different. So we have to do the right things going forward so that we can have a good chance of making it.
Okay. Kims, your minute.
My minute. All right. Green Bay Packers won last night. Back to winning ways, of course. Tune into the NFL Thursday. The Panthers versus the Houston Texans. Betters bet on the host on Panthers to win by double digits. All right. As we spoke about Jamaica, we just really hope JFF get their ducks in a row. Is the best team he has seen assembled. Same for me. This team has a lot of potential. We just need good management, and we need obviously a coach. But in the meantime, hope JFF can get ducks in a row. Weekend, Big Side will be out again, but I'll save that for tomorrow. And what else? Minute come Farsi. Oh, And betters, we're gonna put some tips. We're gonna put some tips up for tomorrow. So when I get to the like a $500, like $1,000, like a 1,500 ready for bet, because Christmas are come.
All right. This man talked about a lot of things and forgot to mention one thing. So, to all our sports friends and viewers, Kems will be on KLS tomorrow at around 1:15 thereabouts. I'm not sure of the time, but he'll be on KLS debating about Jamaica football. So, you guys can go over there and support the man. You know that he is part of this show. So, it's already been promoted as Kems, the sports friends and analyst. So, I just want you guys to go over there, man. And
What is the topic
give
of
the man
debate? What's the
the
topic?
same one that the producer mentioned to you, Ryan, about Tapa.
Oh,
Why?
if him
Why?
or
Out.
Ryan never take on the challenge.
no, I was asked and because I really I'm not for him to go at this point, so I really want to find anything plausible to come up with.
Producer, you know what's happening? Kems let even Albert is better than him. Here's Albert saying, my 30 seconds. Kems going to do a debate under the umbrella Sports Frenzy. So better ensure that he wins. And make sure he's saying that make sure you do your research and not just use emotion. I will be listening.
But I'm have to win.
Not sure of the time.
Albert, inbox with some information, some pointers that we can use.
Yeah, but the topper out. Let the topper out message you and give us some proper pointers.
So,
Don't take all of them. Don't take all of them in our Kems. Just take the one them I mentioned.
so I believe it will be a 1:15 tomorrow, Jamaica time. So guys, ensure that you tune in and give the man some support because he's part of us. Just like you in the comment section, every one of you in the comment section, you are part of Sports Frenzy. So why won't you support one of your fellow family member? So we all be locked in tomorrow to hear the man debate. And Kims, I'll be keenly listening to boss because if you ever go up on KLS and don't promote Sports Frenzy, we'll ban for the show for 2 months. But with that being said, though, I want to say thanks to all our viewers. You're the ones that make this possible. Thanks to our producer, Josh Carl, who makes this possible every night. And guys, just keep on subscribing to the channel. Without you, there's no Sports Frenzy. And my final statement as always. There's a lot of sporting action going on. EFL Cup, man, lots of enjoyment. And tomorrow, we'll be seeing Chelsea taking on Aston Villa. I hope that Liam Bailey can put a dagger in that Chelsea fan heart. And also tomorrow we'll be having a big discussion in regards to the best 4x1 female sprint relay team that can possibly be assembled. Talking about Merlin Otti, Veronica Campbell-Brown, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson era. Kems is on a particular mood of the show, so you know that it's going to be lit. And let's look forward because Wally's going to be here tomorrow as well. So it will be a very good show tomorrow. So guys, ensure that you book your spot. Just book your spot, man, because we're there right here, so 8 o'clock. Until tomorrow though, guys, stay safe, peace out, enjoy the rest of your night.